Welcome back to the Daily Mastermind. My name is George Wright III with your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and education. Today I want to talk to you about the 9 keys for momentum in the month of May. The month of May is going to be your best month ever. I hope you believe that. That's definitely what's going to happen for you. Let's start with the Daily Mastermind mobile app quote of the day. The quote of the day is from Henry Ford, and the quote is, "Failure is the opportunity to begin again more intelligently." Failure is the opportunity to begin again more intelligently. I'll tell you what, I am very, very excited and focused about helping you have the best month ever in the month of May. May is going to be a month of momentum for you, and I've put together a few ideas for you. Why wouldn't it be the best month that you've ever had? There's no better time to start creating, building, living your best life than right now. Let's make this your best month. Let's find out a way that you can get some massive momentum and start crushing your goals in 2020. But in order to do this, you need to recognize and identify the biggest things that may be influencing your success. The current environment due to COVID-19, or your schedule change due to being more isolated, or even your habits and patterns may have all changed over the last couple of months. But the good news is that all of that can change on a dime if you're just ready to make a decision to start creating some momentum. Momentum is going to be the key ingredient to help you start fueling your success. And momentum will help you stay motivated and inspired to do what it takes to press forward in a huge way. So I've thought about a few keys that I've taken over the years to create momentum, and I've listed a few of them out in this blog that I put out on our website today, and I want to go over those with you. If you'll follow these steps and concentrate your efforts for the next 30 days, based on my experience, you'll really create some amazing momentum, and it'll help carry you into the second half of the year of 2020 in order to really execute on your 2020 vision. But it's going to take, remember, some heavy lifting to start creating momentum. So let's get into it. If you have a pen and a piece of paper, I'd encourage you to take some notes. The first step, the first key success factor is start with your vision. Now, you've heard me talk a lot about identifying and clarifying your vision. This is critically important because dreams and goals, they're going to be the fuel and the substance you need to inspire and motivate you during the extended time that it takes to create momentum. Don't be too concerned about having it all figured out. Just decide what you want your life to be like and write it down. A vision not written down is just a dream, or a pipe dream, really, as we say in the sales industry. The second step and key to creating momentum is to align with your passion. Now, it's important for me to mention that working or building a vision that aligns with your unique talents, which is your purpose and your passion, will definitely help you to create momentum quicker and simpler. If you're not doing this in what you ultimately want to be doing because of a job or some type of short-term requirement you need, then you may consider just identifying things that you can do in your current position that will focus and magnify your strengths. Set aside the things that you're not passionate about right now. When you're trying to create momentum, you've got to double down on applying your strengths to your current activities and goals that you're working on. So that second key is to align with your passion. The third key is to set a big, huge goal. Jim Collins talks about this in his book, Built to Last. He talks about setting big, hairy, audacious goals. And I love this concept because I think sometimes we set goals too small in order to feel like we can reach them, right? We want to make sure, and that's a problem because these type of goals lead to small thinking and inside-the-box thinking. And in order to create serious momentum, you need to stop thinking small and force yourself to get creative and tap into all that amazing potential that you have inside you. So each and every one of us has abilities and talents that we need to uncover, and you've got to do this by being outside your comfort zone and pushing past your limiting beliefs. Plus, I think we almost always underestimate our abilities and potential. I've seen this over my lifetime, with myself at least. Bill Gates says, most people overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. So set a big goal. Set a big goal that you can have out in the distance a bit. The fourth key for creating momentum I've found is focus and remove any distractions. Now, have you ever seen how you can use a magnifying glass to focus the rays of the sun in one particular spot, and it could literally start a fire or burn that spot. That's because, like you, the sun becomes extremely powerful when it's focused in one area. And the key to momentum is concentrated, focused, massive effort in a single area until it really catches fire. So my advice here is to focus. Follow one course until successful and eliminate all the distractions that are going to keep you from your focus. It's okay to be able to say no. In fact, it's a skill that very successful people learn early on. It's okay to say no to everything else for a season, for a period of time. This means you might have to say no to extracurricular activities and TV and hobbies, Netflix, sleep, sports, whatever it is that can eliminate you from what you're focused on. Identify those distractions and deal with them up front, and you'll be prepared for creating massive momentum. The fifth key for momentum is to identify and reframe your fears. This is the other thing that can seriously impact and slow your progress in life is your fears. So your lack of belief or your fears when it comes to certain activities will consistently keep you from getting outside your comfort zone and doing those activities. And your comfort zone, outside your comfort zone, is 100% of where your best life is going to be located. So I recommend you sit down and seriously identify what fears have kept you from reaching your goals. Are you afraid of talking to people? Are you afraid of what people think? Are you afraid of failure? Write these things down and then reframe them so that you'll have less fear, or so that they're in a way that you'd be willing to act more common and more consistently, let's say. For example, let me give you some examples. So if you're afraid of what people will think, then reframe that and tell yourself, or write it down, that what those people think is not going to help you create your best life, and they have problems of their own that they have to deal with. There's a power in writing this down and reframing what your fears are. It's still something you're going to have to push through, but when you sit down and identify the fears in advance and determine or identify a plan of attack, the fear is going to be a little less daunting. And, it's like anything else. Like, for example, when you speak, if you have a fear of speaking and you sit down and think about it and you plan and organize yourself ahead of time, then when you speak, the fear won't be as great because you'll be prepared. So preparation will help you to push through fear. Okay, the sixth key for momentum is to identify sources of energy, things that help you. Now, we all have times when we're run down, we're tired, or we're just, kind of down and out. But we all also have times in our life where we can get energized or remotivated, or you would call catch your second wind. I'd like you to identify what things give you energy when you need it, and have those things or those resources readily available. For example, you may get pumped up and motivated when you play certain music or see certain pictures or think about family and friends or people that you're trying to help. You might also be someone who, gets super excited about proving someone wrong when they doubt you. I remember Sylvester Stallone always talks about having an enemy is key to success, or a competitor that drives you. We know that Arnold Schwarzenegger was that guy for him, and it drove him to huge levels of success. They're great friends today, but he said he needed someone that drove and pushed him because he knew that he wouldn't be able to live with losing out to that person, and so that's what drove him. Find out what drives you. Find out what you can use for motivation and energy, and use that to keep you, and be prepared with that to keep you grinding when you're going to be working on this momentum. So that's identify sources of energy. The seventh key is make a decision and a commitment. It's important that I remind you here that there's a distinct difference between making a decision and a commitment to create momentum. You need to first make a firm decision that you'll do whatever it takes to create momentum and crush your goals, this month. It's like, as Yoda said, there is no try, only do. Make the decision, okay? Also, you need to upfront decide that you're going to commit, not just make the decision, but commit to the path you've laid out and see it through to the end. Don't waver if you're not seeing progress towards your goal at first. Successful people decide and they stay committed. Your goals and dreams will usually appear long after you want to quit. The difference between winners and losers is that the winners don't quit. They don't give up, and they stay committed to their plan long after their motivation fades. It's like working out or having a health and fitness plan. Those results come long after you wish they'd come, right? But you've got to stay committed, and if you stay committed, you make the decision and stay committed, you're going to see the results, I promise you. Number 8, create a mastermind. Now listen, I'm going to talk about masterminds a bit more on Wednesday on the Daily Mastermind podcast, but I want you to keep this in mind. There's a massive power and energy that can come from being part of a mastermind. I know this word is thrown around a lot lately in the marketplace, but here's what Napoleon Hill said about masterminds in his bestseller, Think and Grow Rich. He says, a mastermind alliance is the coordination of knowledge and effort in a spirit of harmony between two or more people for the attainment of a definite purpose. Let me read that one more time. It's a coordination of knowledge and effort in a spirit of harmony between two or more people for the attainment of a definite purpose. He also says there are several benefits to creating a mastermind. He says no two minds ever come together without thereby creating a third invisible and tangible force, which may be likened to a third mind. A huge value, right? He also said when a group of individual brains are coordinated and function in harmony, the increased energy created through that alliance becomes available to every individual in the group. So just being part of this mastermind is going to help you. So identify someone or some group of people or several people that align with you towards your goals, and remember to find individuals that are like-minded and success-focused. The Daily Mastermind and myself, we're here to help support you, and I hope you'll contact me if there's anything I can do to help you to accomplish your goals. But create a mastermind. And then finally, number 9, the 9th key to creating momentum is use daily rituals to create a success schedule. The last key is the biggest one. I have found over time that if I create daily rituals that align with my goals and my energy and my talents, I can create serious momentum each and every day. Momentum is created on a daily level, a weekly, a monthly level, right? So let me give you some examples. I work out in the morning because it gets my mind going quicker than it normally would. I always, for example, place items that require the most mental energy in the morning so that I'm not worn out by the time I need to get to them. If you're trying to create something that you're passionate about and you're leaving it to the end of the day, when you have less energy, it's not going to catch fire. Also, if I need to get an energy pick-me-up, I'll do a quick nap, or I'll do some exercise or eat certain types of foods, or I look at ways to eliminate or delegate tasks that drain me. These are all things that are in my schedule that I do specifically to help me with areas I know I need help with. So I encourage you to schedule your rituals and also your most important activities before anything else. Then let the rest of your day fill in around it. Make sure you don't start your week without a full calendar. That's another suggestion I have. Successful people don't let their day just happen. And if you're being productive and creating momentum, you shouldn't really have any free time in your schedule anyway. This is a sign that you're not driving your schedule, but your schedule is driving you. So there you have it. Those are the 9 keys. Just as a quick review, start with your vision, align with your passion, set a big, huge goal, remove and focus and remove any distractions, identify and reframe your fears, identify sources of energy, make a decision and a commitment, create a mastermind, and use daily rituals to create a successful schedule. So there you have it, the 9 keys to creating massive momentum in the month of May. I know that if you implement these keys in your life over the next few weeks, this month, you will see your biggest month ever. I hope you'll give it 1,000%, and I look forward to talking with you more during the week. As always, I'd love for you to share this podcast and this episode with others that you feel will help. It'll help and it'll benefit. And I look forward to talking with you a little bit more on tomorrow and throughout the week in order to create momentum and make May the biggest month for you ever. Have an amazing day. This is George Wright III, and this has been the Daily Mastermind.